because this was saved. And it would be here. Know this. Half the world knows this. We've had some crazy shit happen. Or one person, should I say. And that is this far right conservative named Nick Fuentes, starting in damn 2016. I don't know when he started his career, but it's been a minute now. But from what I know, in 2016 when Kanye ran for president, this guy was like on his little campaign and tried to help Kanye run and everything. This guy's been on the internet for a while, and he's got his own views, which are different. And don't get me wrong, I'm a conservative too, like all the fucking way. I'm not a liberal, nowhere near that. However, I am not nowhere far right as this guy. So a lot of the things I see is people will compare Charlie Kirk to this guy. Horrible comparison. Charlie Kirk is nothing like this guy. Let me make that straight. I mean nothing like this guy. Charlie Kirk was a man that went off of biblical conviction, and that's how he made a lot of his opinions. And that's something that you can honestly admire in this day of age. I will say with nowadays how the world is, man, like, there's just some things that can't be said, obviously. But this Nick guy does not give a shit. So, a lot of people say Charlie Kirk is a sexist, a racist, and all these things, and they just don't know the guy, obviously. All these things could be said about Nick Fuentes. Literally everything can be said about this guy. He is racist. He is anti-Semitic. He is sexist. And these are all values that I do not agree with. However, the guy's funny as fuck. Okay, I cannot lie. I don't think I've had a single politician or political guy I've seen in years that I've actually was like, damn, don't really agree with this motherfucker, but you cannot lie, he's pretty funny. And he's not funny because he's got good jokes, and he's not funny because of this or because of that. He's funny because he just doesn't care. He just says what he wants to. A lot of people are following this guy, and I feel like, I don't know, man, I don't feel like it's great. I was talking to my mom earlier about him, because she's more into this politics thing than I am. And I did end up finding out that he was there during January 6th. If you don't know, January 6th, we stormed the Capitol building, or yeah, somebody stormed the Capitol building. I think it was I want to say it was conservatives that did it, because that 2020 election was bullshit. But we stormed the Capitol building, a bunch of people got charged, this, that, and another. Guess who the fuck was there? You got it, Nick. Nick was there. And Nick was trying to get a bunch of people to go to this event. And Nick was like one of the only few people there that was not charged with any crimes, none of that, nothing like that. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I seen some videos recently. I don't remember who was saying it, but he seemed kind of important, I guess. You can't trust everything you see, obviously, so take this with a grain of salt. But I seen a video where this guy was talking about Nancy Pelosi's daughter, and apparently she was there filming like a documentary on January 6th before January 6th even fucking happened. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know how true that is, but I personally think, because like I said, this Nick guy, he's obviously getting to a lot of people, and I feel like he's indoctrinating a lot of folks with his beliefs. And I've never heard of this guy. Like, I've heard of Charlie Kirk. I was watching Charlie Kirk for 2 years, something like that, before his death. And this Nick Fuentes guy, I just now start seeing out of nowhere, and everybody's talking about how he's like the next Charlie Kirk, this, that, and another, and Man, I don't think so. I think this guy is like a CIA plant. Yeah, hear me out. Hear me out. I think this guy's a CIA plant or a CIA operative, and his mission, his goal, is to indoctrinate people with these anti-Israel beliefs. Um, I could really get into it, but I don't want to. It's just so many things you could say about it. But let me put it to you like this: um, in the Bible, it says that there's a few mentions about Israel and about Jews in the Bible. As we know, the Jews are God's chosen people, not in the sense that they are better than us, but that they were chosen and that they have to follow a very strict set of rules and laws and like all that shit in the Bible. Like, so yeah, we have to follow it, but they have to follow it to like a fucking T. So like basically they have to go through like all the bad shit, this, that, and other, you know what I'm saying? It says in the Bible, those who bless Israel will be blessed. Those who scorn Israel will be scorned, or something like that. I have to go find the exact verse. Like, I'm playing a fucking video game right now. Okay, it's like 2 in the morning. This isn't got a really big topic. You can debate me if you fucking see it. Nobody should see it. I mean, it's going on YouTube, but if somebody sees it, then it's whatever. You can debate me. I don't care. I think, oh shit.
That doesn't make sense.
But I think,
I'll see what else I can
I think the Nick guy is a little crazy. I think his opinions are crazy. I feel like what he's saying is gonna give people the wrong idea. Okay, so there, like I said, there's several mentions to Jews in Israel in the Bible, and a lot of them are saying like, hey, don't turn your back on the Jews. Hey, treat the Jews with respect. Hey, don't do this, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people in reference to this word goyim. So goyim is the Jewish or Hebrew term for non-Jew. So basically like Harry Potter's muggles, like a non-wizard. I seen you'll hear this word a lot, especially if you're a Nick Fuentes viewer, if you just casually see this guy. But he really uses this word a lot, and I think he's the guy that made it big. Because I really never heard of it until then, till now. But he'll say it's from the Jewish Bible, okay? The Jewish Bible, or let me rephrase that. The book he's talking about is not the Jewish Bible. It's like a collection of people who decided to debate, if that makes sense. The Jewish Bible is just the first 5 books of the Old Testament. Okay? Reading? Follow me? So, the book that he's referring to where they had these like views and ideas about, okay, goyams are animals. Like one of those things, you know what I'm saying? Right after it's said in that book of like the people arguing and debating, right after that's said, there's a guy arguing the fact that, hey, that's not right, that's not cool. Alright? So, the point I'm trying to get to is that when we pick Fuentes is doing with Jews in Israel, we have these situations where people get harmed. Okay? We already had this example, MSNBC, CNN, all these news channels. There's only 2 that I can really name off the top of my head besides Fox. But Fox is a uniparty. That's not really like a Democrat or just liberal, news station. So, like, damn, hold on, sorry. So, like, what I'm getting at is that they, fuck, I lost track. Damn. Something about MSNBC and CNN. Oh yeah, I was talking about, the, thing about Buddy, okay. Yeah, when you say these things, bro, people get harmed. So, for an example, MSNBC and CNN for the last 2, 3, 4 weeks have been calling Charlie Kirk a fascist, a sexist, a racist, especially with this thing that happened with that obvious hate crime by that black man, earlier this week or last week with the Ukrainian refugee. Well, yeah, like I said, those news channels, like, normally usually the liberal ones, Fox News, like, I don't, I don't think you should be, like, watching the news in all honesty, but if you're gonna watch the news, watch Fox, okay? If you're gonna watch the news, watch Fox, simple as that, but, I don't even know how the fuck I floated over there, but, like, it's just, I'm trying to remember what I was thinking about. Okay, I'm tripping. If we continue to talk about certain groups in certain ways, and defame them in the ways that we're doing, as like Nick Fuentes is doing, saying that all Jews are causing all the problems in America, Jews did this, Ben Shapiro did that, like, you know what I'm saying? If we continue to go with this narrative, more people are going to get hurt. Okay? Simple as that. We're basically putting ourselves back into World War II. I mean, I might sound a little retarded, but just hear me out. We're basically putting ourselves back in World War II. I do not think this is the place we should go as a society, especially after what happened. I think if we need to improve, we need to attack things on a more here level, like nation level, not like a overseas level. Let's be honest, it's not the fucking Jews over there in Israel causing all the issues. It's the Muslims that are in government over there causing the issues in Israel. Okay? It's not the Jews, it's the Muslims. Alright? The Islamic philosophy goes against, like, everything a Christian believes, you know what I'm saying? You cannot be Muslim and not, like, I forget how my mom said it to me. She said, because they have so many different rules, like, so the way that they treat their women, the way that they do this, the way that they do that, like, I think some of their teachings is like just to like disregard Christianity and Christians in general. I know in overseas, like in Europe, Christians are being killed by them and decapitated and shit. It's been like a big thing that's been going on for like years now, and if I don't think we should hate anybody. But if we're blaming anybody, for what's going on around here or in Israel, we should blame the Muslims. Okay. Everything they go for is against what America's for. If that makes sense. Like, you can't. I'm not saying that Islam is a bad religion. However, I don't think it's a loving religion. They say it's the religion of peace, but it's not, like, at all. So, with that being said, I think it's the Muslims running Israel, not the Jews. And I see a lot of people talk about a bunch of our members, like, so you can see this picture and basically have like some type of agency or maybe a news group, and then they'll have a bunch of the people that work there, and then they'll have like if they have dual citizenship with Israel or not. I don't know how many people know this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say this because everybody I've seen on the internet seems to not know this. In my opinion, they seem like they're fucking stupid. But anybody born Jewish, like of the Jewish race, has dual citizenship of Israel. It's in case if something like what happened in World War II and somebody in like a bunch of countries just try to kick them out, it's so they have a place to go. Correct? Correct. Are you following me? So The people that are making these connections saying that Jews are bad because like the dual citizenship is just wrong. I feel it. Now I really don't know the full I don't know the full argument with that because like I've only ever seen clips of this guy, and I will not. I mean, I will not watch a full fucking 4 hour long debate with nobody. I don't care if you're damn Charlie Kirk. I don't care who you are. I like Charlie Kirk's stuff. I like watching his clips because he had some good stuff to say usually. But if like I don't know, this guy doesn't have anything good to say. I watched 30 minutes of a debate he had with Dean Withers, which is somebody I don't really. My opinion of him has changed in the last few days, but like I really don't like him because of his opinions, like, or not really even because of his opinions, just because of the way he acts. It's like any debate the guy does, it's got to be Trump related. Like it could be about abortion, and somehow motherfucker will bring Trump into it, and it's like, okay, who's really dick riding Trump right now, conservatives or you? He's a good kid. Me and him are probably about the same age. Actually, he's probably a little bit older than me. Can't lie. Probably a few years older than me, like maybe 3 or 4. Good kid. I just feel like his views are very like not there, and he tries to defame, it feels like, more than debate. And he'll do something similar like I said, Nick will do, and he'll take something out of context, like that book. I have to go find them here. Let me go search it up. I'm gonna go search the name up, so I stop thinking about it. But it's here. I'm gonna tell y'all. Okay, so it's referencing the Tanakh, or I guess it says the Hebrew Bible. I don't believe that it's the Hebrew Bible, because their Hebrew Bible is the Talmud. The Babylonian and Jerusalem Talmuds also frequently mention Goyim within their legal and ethical discussions. Like when he says that, like that thing with Goyim, he takes it out of context, and he makes it like he uses it to change the narrative his way. I'm so bad with my words. That's why I'll never debate. Like, I'll debate, but it's gotta be over text or something, buddy. Like, I even do it in your face, but you'll have to hear me stutter and just drone on and on and on. I'm like a D1 yapper when it comes to this shit. But, Dean Withers will do that same shit where he'll take something out of context. Like, for an example, there was this, clip, or not really a clip, but the story going around of Donald Trump. He was, I don't know how long ago, maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, he was on Howard Stern's show. If you know who Howard Stern is, you know that he's a little bit edgy. That his stuff isn't really for fucking everybody, obviously. Obviously not. And they got into this conversation, and Trump was talking about how he owned a pageant, like Miss America or something like that, I think it was. And he was basically explaining to them in like a weird, pervy way, like I guess how you would do it with your friends, and you can't lie, like you've talked to your friends. Like I have coworkers that they took, he take this one little clip from the fucking show, this segment, and it's something like, yeah, I'll just I forget what he says, but it's basically along the lines of him walking in there and looking at all the girls if he wanted to, but he doesn't do that, and he never did that. It's just like the way that the show went, and they'd use it in bad faith. I'm not saying it's just one side too. it's probably both sides. I don't see a whole lot of liberal stuff because I just avoid it. I don't know if that's good, but like I just avoid it. That's why I like people like Charlie Kirk who would debate liberals or Democrats, because you could get an insight on both sides without having to go towards the like annoying liberals. Like I was saying, Dean's a good guy, but he's annoying. Like, I don't know, his content's just not for me. And I really am glad that he seems like he's switching sides a little bit. He's kind of realizing, he's kind of waking up to like the fact that the Democrats is probably not the party you want to side with.
Where are you?
But at the end of the day, I still don't think that
Where are you?
shit's all good anyways.
I won't be joining you. I can't.
Wait.
I feel like
why?
I have no choice. I need to
I don't know,
try
like, my opinions don't really matter, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but
You gotta be shitting me.
for America to get better, we need to take initiative and cut out a lot of the shit that we've been allowing. So, like, we can't teach, we cannot keep lying to people, like, on the news and shit. Like, we need to cut that shit out in general. Like, go ahead, cut that. Not ever allow it to be done again, because it's just not good for the soul. It's not good for nobody. It gets people harmed. So we need the Smith-Munns Act to come back, for one. After Smith-Munns, we need involvement in our schools. So, like, in California, they teach LGBTQ, and we need to get rid of that. We don't need to teach that. We need to make more security for these politicians that are speaking to. I feel like we need more security. I need to hit a fucking shot. Yeah, fucking still Team 6 up here too. I guess, we gotta come at it in a way that it makes sense for everybody. Cause this is a nation, like, that's literally built off Christianity, and it needs to go back to being that way. Look, in the 50s, I feel like there wasn't so many... There was also obviously social problems, but not in the way that they are now. Like, now, there's just issues with everything and everybody. Like, nobody's happy. Like, damn, stop fucking shooting at motherfucker. But, like, nobody's really happy and shit, and the world ain't good. You know.